Hi there. Good evening. Dr. Rao here. Welcome. I was talking about this happiness being inside job, and I thought I will expand that a little bit. That's why I came up. It's not too late for me to go to bed anyway. So I thought I will spend this valuable time I got to spend with you. Yeah, this was a question that we grew up with, right? We all were trained to gain material success and really go after the sensory pleasures. Um, but that was a little different when I was growing up in India. Sensory pleasure was looked down upon a little bit, and they kind of taught us that temporary, don't go too much of that. It is a never ending pit. So it was not given as much importance as I found that in the West, right? But then India has also become like that now. But taking interest in the ancient wisdom, both Western and Eastern, like you take ancient Stoics like Marcus Aurelius, right? Or Epictetus. These two people I know a lot about. Uh, they said the happiness depends on our perception and our ability to maintain equanimity despite life's challenges. See, they emphasize inner virtues such as wisdom and self control as the true sources of happiness. That was in the West, in the ancient. Okay, if you take the ancient, Eastern ancients, like Vedanta and yoga, which I am very familiar with both of them, they emphasize that happiness found when one realizes the true self. They call that Atman or soul or life force, whatever you say, which is beyond the mind and the body. So, ancient wisdom of yoga and Vedanta, it encourages detachment from external sources, desire, and the realization of the inner peace that is coming from aligning with one's spiritual essence. So that's why I keep your mind quiet, then you will be. I think there is truth in that because the more I worked on my superficial chatter, superficial noise of the mind, and was they really able to go into that essence of silence? It was apparent that there is an unalloyed joy within us. You know, even in Buddhism, see, they have seen the path to happiness is through the cessation of suffering, right? Dukkham, 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 anityam, anityam, anityam. That was their saying, right? And they said when you really understand the suffering and go beyond it without desires and all that, then you you see the cultivating mindfulness and inner awareness. You can really experience true peace and happiness. That was the Buddhism thing. So now, uh, when I was growing up, these philosophical questions were very much in vogue in regular life. We had discussions, we had um, encouragement from other people to express our views, and then we're not belittled because we have expressed our opinions. But then they engaged us in a very friendly, spirited job of exploring without resorting to something like an argument or trying to win over each other, right? That's what we really grew up with. Later on, when I became a physician and then really busy with patients and all that, uh, you can see patients having these fundamental questions, but they're brought into the culture, and then everybody looking at the prism of just material success, and then material welfare, and then really going after the census, right? That's what it was always there, you know. So I'm really deeply interested in that. And then now having the clarity within really helped us a lot. Okay, so Mabel is coming. Let's see what she says.
Hi, Dr. Rao.
Hi, Mabel. How are you?
Yeah, I'm listening to you. Happiness inside job.
Yeah, yeah,
I just need to think.
yeah,
Happiness inside the job. Inside job.
yeah,
So in my interpretation is based on my interpretation based on my personality.
yeah,
So you will create happiness based on your desire, based on your um, what what do you like what do you want
yeah,
to implement to yourself.
yeah,
You just tell me about yourself first
yeah,
before you share it to your to inside what whoever inside your like inside your house or inside your teamwork. It's just like you talk about yourself first.
yeah.
You know,
Mm.
you will create your happiness based on your probably your capacity.
Mm.
Yeah.
You can create a comfortable life, and then you can decide to really, be happy with that. That's okay. But what we're talking about is many people, like my colleagues, the doctors, they have made a lot of money. They had a lot of material comforts and all that. But then they find this emptiness within, you know?
Oh, it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, I agree with you
Yeah.
that. Because what? Because I heard before that
Yeah.
people have no satisfaction.
Yeah. No satisfaction. And also, we are built to believe that material success and sensory pleasures are really happiness. But then,
Mhm,
when you have all of them to some degree, then we
mhm.
turn to answers to deeper philosophies and the sages and all that. They always maintained this, which puzzled me. They said, this is not there, it is inside. In yourself, you have to find. That's what I was addressing, you know?
Probably it's in yourself. Like
Yeah,
you cannot you cannot dictate
yeah,
person that hey you have to be like
yeah,
it's in you like you are first
yeah,
you and then
exactly.
now yeah now that you have it
Mhm. Yeah.
it's up to you if you want to share it
Mm.
to it's like how you handle it
Yeah. Yeah.
like for example like for this is one instant this is thing that like for me I will say this is me like
Mm.
for me I'm happy what I have
Yeah.
you know
Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly it. Because people are really uh, discontented by thinking something out there. I can go it. But if you are content with what you have, yeah, go
yeah
ahead, Marvin.
so yeah so that's the one that they are not contented what they have but the thing is
Yeah.
like for me this is me
Mm.
I'm happy what I have
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
this is I work it whatever I achieve in my life
Yeah.
I'm happy because I work I keep my energy my
Yeah.
power to be here
Yeah.
now so
You can enjoy
I'm
what you have. Yeah, that's true in the
yeah
moment. Yeah.
yeah I'm happy with it
Yeah.
a simple things I just make happy like a simple like if my
Yeah.
like my son give me a smile I'm
Yeah.
happy with that you know
Yes, that is the natural best treasure you have.
why do I have to make stress of myself that if I look around I have a lot of things to make to 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 give happiness
Yeah,
right
yeah, yeah, yeah. You say even your laughter, Mabel, it gives a lot of happiness to a lot of people. You know.
yes yeah So that's the way. That's the way. So,
Yeah.
and the thing is, so they said like we are not satisfied in everything, but you know what? We still grow. You
Yeah.
know,
Mm.
because we never stop from here.
Yeah.
We're still growing until our last breath. We're still growing. We're still growing until
Yeah.
But now this is now. This is now.
Yeah.
We have to be happy.
Be content.
Enjoy life.
You can discover a lot of things in that contentment, that you
Yeah.
have the riches inside, and you'll be embedded in that, and then you will be happy even though outward things are kind of tough sometimes. You can draw
Yeah.
upon that inner essence, right?
Yes. Okay. I have one example.
Yeah.
You know what? We live in Asia, right?
Yeah.
So you live in Asia.
Hmm.
Me, I'm talking about my country, my Philippines.
Yeah.
So growing up, this is the real thing.
Yeah.
Growing up, so we have a lot of any disaster coming.
Yeah.
The worst is typhoon.
Ah.
Here they call it hurricane or tornado or whatever, but
Yeah.
it's part of it. It's similar to that. I
Yeah.
remember when I was a kid, you know, the house is not built with a concrete.
Yeah. All bamboo. Yeah.
So you're laughing because you can relate what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. Yeah.
When the typhoon comes, all the things are flying around, and you will wake up. You don't have a roof. You don't have a. It's just like your house is broken. Like,
Yeah.
oh my
Yeah.
God! And all the things.
Come back, Mabel. Okay. I remember the huts they used to have in India. Ours is a big building, but I used to see them right in front of our house.
Yeah.
Mm.
So me personally, I was there. I was there. Like, you know what?
Yeah.
After that happened, when the typhoon hit, after that it will stop. Like stop. It's just like nothing happened. The sun is up, and then you can see people.
Yeah.
People who's affected. They still have time to smile and ask you, "Are you guys okay?"
Yeah.
Yes. We're okay. Yeah, it's like, yeah, you see, my house is gone, but we're okay. We are alive.
Yeah.
And, we're happy that we are alive. That's the one that, we're still breathing.
Yeah.
So we still have a power to go all the way up. Like you can, but every time you will go down,
Mhm.
sure, yeah, so sure,
Yeah.
you can still go up and face the new one. It's just like you start like you become very strong in your own, yourself. Like, okay, whatever happened, I think I can handle it.
Yeah.
I feel it, but then I can recover.
Yeah.
Not right away,
Yeah.
but it's little by little.
Mabel, this spirit I saw in many Americans here too, because I was here since 1981, right? I've seen
Yeah.
a lot of these cyclones and hurricanes and all that, right? And then they many times I heard Americans who are affected, whose everything is lost, but the family and themselves are okay, and they came out and say, "We are alive. That's enough. We will rebuild."
Yes, that's the one. That's the one that we needed.
Yeah.
We have power.
Yeah.
We're still breathing. We're
Yeah.
still breathing. It's the one that we need to hold on to that, and then they keep moving. So yeah, the thing is, the more you have encountered that thing, then that any obstacle you are facing, you become more strong
Yes.
person.
Personally, I take it like an obstacle as a grace from the God.
Yes, because you will not get that. Because I think it's time for you. They're getting ready for you. Because if you don't have that
Yeah.
along the way, guess what happens to you? You will start like, oh, what can I do here? How I can do. It's just like it's prepping you.
Anxiety, fear, and all that. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, yeah.
Mabel,
So yeah,
you see, when you grow up in countries like Filipino, Indiana, we see these tragedies quite often,
yeah,
So we become stronger from them, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like part of it, especially,
Yeah. Come back, Mabel. You are stopped in the middle. There you are.
So then there's a queue and there's I will give your time, guys, to talk,
Yeah.
because this is
Cecilia is in the crowd, but you finish off what you are saying. And go to-
yeah. So this is a good topic that I wish people will come to you and talk, share their thought about it.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful to share, because it's just like
Yeah.
there's no right, there's no wrong here.
No,
Your
no.
opinion,
It's a question of
yeah,
understanding. That's all.
yeah, your opinion is matter. People love to hear everything.
Yeah.
The more you hear so many things, the more you become, you are aware.
Yeah.
This is awareness.
Yeah. Definitely.
You know?
It's a question of awareness of movement, awareness of the thing has gone, and then really building up from there. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, that's I'm just for me, I do love learning things, and learning so many
Yeah.
things that I can apply in a real situation.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. When you are in the real here and now, you are in the real life, not in your imagination.
You can't make it. It's just like your imagination, like you just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
imagining. Guess what happened to you? You become stressed because like what? Why I'm imagining that
Yeah.
this is not this is not what I want.
Yeah.
It's just like you become sad or you become depressed because it's not aligned what is your imagination and then what's in your present right now.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. In the present. Be in the present. That's what I like a mantra I always says. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, be in the present. Mantra, like, I hear this. Probably I use this until now. And I started when I was young. Like, you know what? Start small and then keep working on it. And then even if you fail, go back. Go back.
Yeah.
When you fail it, and then make sure go back and then continue your journey.
Yeah. Start where you are. Then you can go from there. Yeah. Sure. Definitely.
Yes, yeah. I love that. I love that concept.
Yeah.
I just love it. It's just fulfilling, and then oh wow,
Yeah.
it's just beautiful once you see the result.
Yeah. See, everything they are also talking there inside. Start inside. Yeah. That's what it
Yes,
is. Yeah.
inside. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I've been.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mabel. I'm sure that you get rid of everything. That's why you have such a beautiful laughter. Yeah, I think Cecilia is there. Let us bring her in. What happened? Uh-oh. It says the guest left. Cecilia, are you there? Try again, please. It said guest has left, but it's the app acting up probably. Yeah, there she is now.
Hello, Dr. Rao.
Hi, Cecilia. Welcome.
Thank you. How are you tonight?
I am blissful, as usual.
Expected nothing less.
Yeah.
And I agree, Mabel has the best laugh ever. Like
Yeah.
you can feel somebody's laugh,
Yes.
you know?
Yes. Unless they're laughing inside, they cannot come out like that.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would definitely say happiness is an inside job.
Yeah.
And it's just a choice.
Mm-hmm.
We get to choose.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing, like, in my life, I would say in the past 5 years, where I've been very intentional
Yeah.
about like what I'm doing, what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
All of that has really shown me that it definitely is an inside job. It has nothing to do with with what's going on outside of us.
Yeah.
Like all of, in 5 years that I've been really, like I said, just intentional.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that like life and things aren't going on around me, but how I choose to
See them.
Yeah, exactly. Not, I don't even say respond to it or anything, but like how I choose to see it.
Yeah.
Things have been super peaceful, even though like if I tell people like what's going on, they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And like, no, I'm not sorry. I'm very grateful.
Yeah. You're just relating it because you gain strength from it and you're able to talk about it and then see where you have gone from where it was, right?
Yeah. Yes.
See,
And I think it's
when
so
you do the
beautiful.
kudos also, Cecilia, what you are doing is really giving people psychological comfort and confidence and feeling good about it. So that's all inside. They are feeling that inside, right? Maybe what they did was the tool that you used to give them confidence, contentment, and happiness.
Right.
In that
Yeah,
way,
but they have to do it, right?
Yeah.
They have to do it.
they have to do it, but they are doing it automatically because somebody validated them, like you validated them. So they feel inside happy,
Yeah.
right? But we don't have to depend on anybody either. We live the life in the moment as it is presented. Then we are not dependent on anybody's approval or anything. But a lot of people need that kind of approval to go over the. Otherwise, they feel like they have not done enough. They have not achieved enough, right?
Right. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is your job is basically inside job you're doing, whether you know about it or not. If you want to come back, Cecilia, I think you're not done yet. So I want to listen to you. What you're going to say. There you are.
Yes. So again, though, look, I bring that talk to
Mm.
the night,
Mm.
but it to everybody to come up and do it themselves, right?
Yeah.
To come say, hey, I feel really good because I did this today.
Mm.
So holding that talk, right?
Mm.
And gone on for these many years, if people didn't feel confident enough,
Mm.
right, to come and join me and say these things.
Yeah, and some people cannot even talk, Cecilia. That's a good
Right.
opportunity for them to come and express themselves a little bit.
Mhm.
Yes. These inside job, outside job philosophical questions come later, but initially they have to really stake out, see what they're looking for, why they're looking for, where they're looking for. All those, they will come to their own understanding slowly.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I don't want to promote material success and the sensory pleasures are the end of it. I just
Right.
say when we do that, we kind of come to a place where say, what else is there?
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
people go after more of the material success, then they will be always on the treadmill of that. They're never
Right.
getting off that.
And that's why I say, like, it's great to get those like 5,000 steps, right? But like, how did you do it, right? It was you. It was you who like decided that you were going to go out and commit to your health,
Yeah.
right? It was you who decided all of these things. Why? Because it comes from within first. And then you're able to talk about it too.
I
Which I think
used
is-
this with the smokers, Cecilia. So what I did was I took the people who want to quit, but then they have severe weakness for it. But I told them every time you have the urge, just take 5 minutes and breathe, and later on decide yourself whether you still need it or not. Even though they cut down 3 or 4 cigarettes a day, they knew that they did it by themselves. The psychological power was there.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, again, just grateful to be alive and absolutely recognizing that happiness is definitely
Inside.
it's within,
Yeah. Actually,
is.
when we really calm our superficial mind, the unalloyed happiness is released. That's where you are always in bliss and joy.
Yes.
Irrespective of
Yes.
irrespective of outside circumstances, it is possible. You taste it, right? But then people may say, because they are caught in the material success or sensory pressures, they may not accept it, but they eventually they come to it.
Yes. And even like so many people that I've seen around here, like in the past, few weeks with like two of the storms.
Yeah. Oh, again cut off. Okay. You're back again. So.
Thanks for having me back. And yeah, I was just gonna say like the ones that like are having an easier time with the electricity being off and all of that, it's just like the words that they're saying to themselves. Like one woman said, "I can't be happy until the electricity comes back on," and I was like, I didn't say it, but I was like, "They're just not happy right now."
It's a discomfort they associate with happiness, but actually, if they only say, "Okay, life is like this." You know what? Arthur Ashe, the tennis player, Cecilia, he won that American Open in New York. At the time, I remember very well. He was very much treated as a hero, and afterwards, few months later, he had a blood transfusion and he got HIV. And at the time, HIV has no treatment. Early 80s, right? So when they were all upset really because they loved him, his demeanor and all that very good. And he said, "Look, I don't have to be sorry just because this happened. God got me from so many 50,000 to first 4 and then 2 and 1. When he gave me that, I was overjoyed. Why should I be sad when this is given? This is also God's grace. So let us go through the experience." So his attitude in that calamity really lifted a lot of people.
And I think that's it too. Like just like, the acceptance of all, and I always say the adventure, like, this isn't just life. No, it's an adventure, and if you see it as so, you will see everything as it is, as part of the adventure. And that's where I got like me too. It's all part of the adventure. There's nothing good or bad. It's just a part of the adventure.
You heard that saying like, why me versus give me a chance, let me prove myself. See, if something happens bad, and then usually people say, "Why me, God? Why did you punish me?" But if you say, "Why not me, God? Give me the chance to overcome this obstacle and get strong from it."
Yes, and also I don't even see things as obstacles. Again, I'm just like it's part of the adventure, It just is.
That's exactly it, because there will be ups and downs, but then once you go the obstacle or whatever that's against you, you gain the strength. That way, it is a chance for us to grow.
Yeah, I think like every single day, right? A chance to grow. And I'm so grateful. Thank you, Dr. Rao.
Thanks, Cecilia.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Good night.
Thanks for you. You do an immense service to the community. That was Cecilia. She was always going through this inner kind of assessment and then judgment and then going beyond it, and then also provides occasion for people to really come and test themselves there with the things that they have achieved and the things that have faced and all that. So that was a good show in that sense. So we all kind of raised to think outside material success, accumulation of things as a goal, and then a lot of people try to keep up with the Johnny's, right? So next door neighbor, how he has, or in the profession colleagues and all that. I've seen that, professional jealousy, and then being jealousy because they didn't have the same material things the other guy has. That kind of thing really makes them feel like, really feel like we are not enough. But when they discover their inner essence is enough, they don't have to compare with anybody. Yeah, Mabel, come on. Yeah.
So you mentioned about jealousy.
Yeah.
Right? There's a jealousy. Okay. In my this is how I interpret jealousy, because jealousy people is just like they have, not everyone.
Yeah.
Because for me, personally,
Yeah.
I start from the beginning when I was a kid.
Ah,
I already practiced that jealousy. It's not part of my. It's not in my system.
yeah, good
You
for
know,
you. Yeah.
you know why?
Mhm.
Because this is me. I grow up in a we're not wealth.
Yeah,
We just we have to work, so we have so we have something in the table.
yeah, yeah,
This is me, right?
yeah.
So when I was growing up, I have a friend. I have a friend. They have everything
Mm.
compared to me.
Yeah.
But for me, as personally, I said like I will not jealous what she have
Ah,
because you know what? If you have jealous in your system, guess what? You become unhappy.
yeah,
I think that's the reason why you why are you always happy?
yeah,
Because I'm fearless.
yeah. One of
You
the
know?
fundamentals is don't compare yourself. You are enough. Don't have to compare to anybody, right?
Exactly, exactly. Because you know what? In this world, even if your family,
Mm.
they will try to compare
Yeah,
people like this guy is this guy is this guy.
yeah,
If I hear that, you know what? If I hear that, honestly, Dr. Rao,
yeah.
like for example, if like for example, usually I hear it for my for my mother-in-law, and so they will compare my son to the other kids. This
Ah,
is my this is my point.
yeah,
I was like, Mom, you cannot compare
yeah.
Eric to this boy
Yes.
because they are different.
It's a lot of psychological trauma when you compare kids to somebody
No,
else. Yeah,
they are different
yeah.
because you know what? I can see that she is comparing his son to the
Mm.
other son,
Yeah.
which is I don't want it.
I know a lot of people do that, Mehul, because in India right now in the education system, they compare kids according to the marks they got, and they belittle the ones who didn't get it, and he will have psychological problem. Yeah.
So the thing is, this is the thing that it's your own parents.
Mm.
They will give example.
Mm.
Like for me, I told my husband, in this house, we don't compare to anyone.
Yeah.
We are happy what we have,
Yeah.
and we have to continue. If you want something, let's continue step by step.
Yeah.
Their life is different, our life is different. So we
Yeah.
have,
This is the old-fashioned thing in India also, in the families also. They didn't care about how much they made. They care
yeah,
about how they got along with each other within the family.
see, yeah, it's just like for me personally,
Mm.
nobody taught me about this, but for me, I start from the beginning, from the age that as long as I remember, like I will not compare myself to anyone
Beautiful,
because
beautiful. Yeah.
yeah, myself is different from you.
Mhm.
I cannot wear your shoes.
Yes.
You cannot wear my shoes.
Yes.
So we are in a different path. So whatever I took it, it's different from you. So no compare, no compare. So if I hear that, especially in the family, like especially usually
Mm.
my mother would say that, I was say, Mom, it's not, you cannot say that, It's just
You know
like,
what the ancient wisdom says about this, Mavel? They say in your inner being, in your soul, you are all the
uh-huh,
same. You don't have to compare at all. You may have a different body, you may have a different mind and capacities, but that's okay. Everybody differs from that. But what you
yeah,
are in essence, we are all the same.
yeah. So this is the way that, I know that she is old fashioned
Yeah,
and it's a different stage,
yeah,
I am a different I am in a different generation, and she's in a different generation, and my son is different generation, but I don't want to put it in my son's head that he got compared to anyone. No,
Exactly.
it's not. Yeah, it's not for me. It's not right.
Yeah. Yeah, that is the
Yeah,
correct teaching. Don't compare yourself with anybody.
yeah,
Yeah.
like yeah, because it's just like you know, it's just like why you compare to others? You know, I have my own life. You have my own
Yeah.
life. Why you have to do that?
Yeah.
But I think it's because of their I don't know their how they treat or whatever. Probably that's
Yeah.
why she is like that. But you know, for me, no,
They
mom.
may
It's
not
just like
be aware of it. They may not even know about it, all the consequences. So they're just doing it. Yeah. That's how it happens because it is carried on traditions. Like, look at our world, how it has become. Our material success has become the biggest thing. So we do so much stuff, but what we are doing is doing damage to the earth, right? And us, we are not aware of that. And it is damaging our human relationships. We are not aware of that. But we just go and work for the dollars. And then at the middle age and later, we discover we never spent our time on this being. It's more like we are always going after things that we may not even need them. You know, I know many of my doctor friends who are filthy rich, and they have so 20 cars. One guy has 20 different types of cars. And they don't mean anything to me. But then he doesn't understand what is this inner riches I am talking about. One day we had a confrontation, and he was telling me, "Oh, I have so many degrees, I have so many cars, and all that." Then I told him, "Are they giving you peace and calm and quietness?" And he said, "Not all the time, but he's never restful. He's always restless, going after so much of money." Yeah, Maya.
just you know, it's just like oh, just agree with you because there's always like
Yeah,
it's always like things that it happens like okay, there's one thing
yeah,
like even your what kind of what life you want
yeah,
to have. So okay, what kind you have to have? So I said like okay, I told my husband like you know what for me I want a life that I want to be happy.
yeah,
I want to be happy. Happiness is the one that we need to have it.
yeah,
You know what? We will choose a house
yeah,
that it works for us.
yeah,
Like, we it works for us, not like we are working because of this lifestyle. You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Yeah. So
Exactly, because it is you and your family that makes the home, not the
yeah,
structure.
and also, some people are like, oh, my house is big, and it's okay. It's
It's
your
okay.
house is, yeah, it's
Yeah,
okay. But for me, I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. You know what? I have a lot of time for my family.
yeah,
I have a lot of time to like this. I'm talking to you, Dr. Rao.
yeah.
But if I have a lot of things to do, I have to in
Mhm.
at work right now. I have
Yeah.
to I have to earn money because I need to pay a lot of stuff like my car, my house, and
Yeah.
everything. So I don't have time to talk to this. Like like
Yeah.
so I'm okay. I'm okay. It's just like balance. This is the balance thing that we are growing
Yeah.
in beautiful, like we're aging in a beautiful way,
Yeah. You
right?
know, I sometimes with my children, what I say,
Uh-huh.
things are not important, but people are.
Uh-huh. Yes.
See, that's what you are doing. You are considering your husband and kid as important and giving all
Uh-huh.
your energy there, and you don't care
Yeah.
about the things that much.
Yeah. I don't care. I'm just happy. I'm just
That's
happy.
that's
Yeah.
wonderful, Meva. Wonderful, really.
I wish everyone have that. But you know what? Is we have a different things. But happiness, you are the one who created.
Yeah,
Nobody can give it to you. Don't ask anybody to give you happiness.
yeah,
Guess what? You are chasing.
yeah.
You
You
it's
you
not.
already have the happiness within. Just tap it.
Yes.
Yeah. That's wonderful. Actually, I talked to my son, and he was not much for the things anyway. But as a value, I said, your friends, your teachers, whoever you relate to, always make sure that you are giving importance to the people, not the things that they give or not the things you can get. It's a whole different humane relationships when you have that attitude, I believe. So even with my sisters and brothers and all that, I took that attitude. Even my mother, when she was alive, we made sure that we are in touch with her, and we went to visit her often, and finally I brought her here. But the main thing is for us is what is important is the people, not the things. Somehow, sometimes we are taught about the other way, and then the more materialistic the society is, the more we kind of value things over people. And we accumulate things, and then we pursue meaningless things. At the end, we find out they do not really matter. Happiness is really, I was shown by the ancient wisdom. What it said was, what is the purpose of human being was the question. And they answered, as a human being, you have the capacity to turn inward mind and touch that happiness that is already there. They said unalloyed happiness. Nobody can stop it. And then that is eternal joy. So the more we kind of go inward and find out what are thoughts, what are emotions, what is ego, and that kind of fundamental questions really puts you in touch with that joy and bliss that you are there. The ancients have in Indian ancient people, they have a term for this. They call that Sat Chit Anand. Sat means existence, what is truly available here, and that is conscious being, that is the Chit, and then Ananda is the bliss. That itself is the bliss. Because when you are abiding in the true essence of yours, your mind is calm, stilled, really silent. That way, you have peace of mind. Normally, what happens if something goes wrong, immediately our thoughts go berserk, and then we have a storm of thoughts, and then we kind of worry, we kind of really and really release a lot of stress hormones too. But that's the chemistry point of view. But basically, if you are trained to think only things will get me happiness, that's the result. When they are gone, or when they are lost, when they are stolen, or whatever, then we have this turmoil of thoughts within ourselves, and that turmoil is not really happiness. It is really restlessness, a lack of peace, and lack of joy, and all. But when you really don't allow the mind to go like that by practicing like a detachment, practicing like a no big deal, that kind of inner adjustments that you have, like Mabel was saying, if somebody says compares your house to her house, they say, okay, you have your house, I have my house. But many people forget the relationship between the people in the house is what makes the home, but they want all the comforts and everything, and then they identify with those comforts and they think they're rich because of those comforts. Not so, because they can go at any time. Okay, we have seen these hurricanes, we have seen these floods. People's things are washed up, and they may not be able to get them in a generation again. So, but if only they were trained about being content and happy within, and also having the resilience to face the difficulties and build up again. That's what I'm talking about. So you don't have to be overly up and joying, but you are content. You are not bothered that much. You are not reacting that much. That's when you really can touch within you the coreness of happiness, and that comes out too. Rumi, the great poet, Sufi poet, he said something like, "I went to the door and then knocked on the door, but I discovered I'm already inside the door." So that means we are always pursuing some things that we think somewhere else, but then we you realize that we already have them within us, and then you realize that you are in life contented, happy, peaceful, and joyful. So I mean, there's so much more on this because the cultures breed us this kind of thing, and people learn them automatically. May not be thinking about them, and they may think when the events happen, and then they think world is unfair, people are unfair, governments are unfair. All these things come. But if you can really own responsibility to be contented, to be in the moment, to be happy, then things may be completely different. It's not that we are belittling the difficulties. It's not that we are belittling the injustices. They are all there. But ultimately, how we feel inside is our uh, responsibility, like Cecile was saying or Mabel was saying. I totally agree with them, Uh, but the more we go into the deeper wisdoms of the world, either it is ancient or modern, they all come to this. Be content, not being too many desires, but really find out yourself, your inner essence, then you are really touching that bliss that you have within you. You know, so this is like an abundance that we have, but we don't really reach them because we're full of chat in the mind. So that's one thing that yoga does is still your mind and then discover your inner essence. Let the inner essence come out, and that is if you are practicing that kind of stillness or calmness or quietness of the mind every day, it is going to a long way to show you your own inner happiness that is in there, okay, as a treasure. you know uh, this is something people talk about all the time, but modern life with all the information, all the uh, things are happening outward with the social media, 24 hours news, so many things are going on right now. That's why I always invite people to really observe their thoughts, know what they are, and then slow them down and then keep them like in their place, right? And end the thought as it is done with it. That kind of quietness will really help you to touch your inner essence much easier. That's how I kind of arrived at this inner happiness and stay there. But I don't look down upon people who are caught up in this, false pursuit of happiness outside. And then for them to realize that it takes some time, it takes a lifetime sometimes. But then the moment you show them that they can be quiet in their mind and just be quiet, whatever it is, you may be having a grudge against somebody, you may be having some real complaint about somebody, but that's happened, gone, right? So I invite them to be in this moment, is it there? And lots of them discover, yeah, it's all my mind, but actually the thing is not here. Then what happens is they learn to be still between thought to thought. They decide to calm it down. And then once you choose that calmness, that reveals the inner, really tremendous amount of happiness and joy. Okay. Um, I was introduced this by some of the sages in India, and as they inquire what is called self-inquiry, Atma Chintan, they call it. This is beyond meditation. Meditation is where you calm it down and go. But then in self-inquiry, you kind of find out who you are. Are you your thoughts? Are you your made up mind with the thoughts? Are you your experiences, memories, or your desires and aspirations? Or beyond all that, you have an inner essence that is separate from your body and the mind. Once you understand that, and then you are beyond your mind, automatically you have the tranquility of mind, peace in mind, right? So you'll be really happy that has happened. Okay, so think about it and work on it and get your mind quiet and look at your inner self, and you'll be very happy because happiness is released at the time. Okay, so thank you. Anybody wants to come up? Otherwise, we can close the room for now, and then I'll see you again tomorrow morning in my morning routine. Actually, that routine is designed to give you inner resilience so that when you go out in the work world, wherever you work, corporation, hospital, office, whatever, or you're working on your own, how you can be in charge of your inner self. That's why don't let the thoughts come on and take you over, but be silent and observe and really make your body ready for the work by doing exercise and breathing. Breathing is something I really insist. Where you deep breathe, your reactivity will go down. So you will be not reacting emotionally that much when things happen at work, right? And also, when you breathe deeply, when you stretch, that itself becomes a good exercise for you, right? And I want people to be learning to be in the present moment. Once you are in the present, lots of things are out of your head. No memories of the past or no future, only what is in front of you. That could be a big job or small job, it doesn't matter. The more attentive you are for each job, the more attentive you become. Then when something really important comes that you have to pay attention, you will do it without the emotional tension, right? That's why take one task at a time and do that completely being aware of that. That's what you do in the morning. Then you can cultivate the sense of presence and then carry it like a perfume for the day and apply that for each job you take up. No multitasking, only one task at a time. Actually, you get done more by doing this one task at a time. And then finally, watching your thoughts. Don't indulge in them, don't suppress them, but just watch them, let them come and go. Then you will end up in your real essence of silence. And from there, you can work, and then you are really not tired at the end of the day, too. And also, you have not put up the stress hormones, stress from reactions, and all that. So I kind of reverse engineered from the people I'm helping about stress and burnout. What they are doing is basically not getting their body ready for the work appropriately, and they're not getting their mind ready and using the mind properly in the present moment, and also not having the heart of service. If they can do all these things, not react, be in the present, and also provide the service with a full heart and physically capable of doing it, I think you will not generate so much stress. You will enjoy the job and come home stress free. That's my goal, and that's why I'm doing this morning routine so people can grasp it and implement it in their life. Okay. Many people may not pay attention to these things, if they are doing it, well and good, very, very good for them. But if they are not doing it, I just want to introduce these things so that they can pick it up and then carry it on. Okay. So I will see you tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock for the morning routine. Thank you. Bye bye.